Hey, how are y'all doing? I'm so glad to be back with y'all. It has been a while since I have been in the kitchen. If y'all saw, we went to, I got an owie. We went to Tombstone, Arizona for the 4th and had a great time. It was hot, and it's hot here too. But anyway, it never fails. If we get away and when we come home, something happens. But I'll get into that a little bit later. Let me just jump around. Did y'all shop for Prime Day? I jumped on, was it Tuesday? Let me think. No, Monday was the first day of Prime, Amazon Prime. And I jumped on and I ordered a few things. Nothing really exciting. The exciting thing that I got is supposed to come tomorrow, so I'll show that to y'all. But I had ordered some kitchen knives. I'm a kitchen knife, I don't know, I just love kitchen knives. So they had some that was on sale, a really good buy. And then they had this one, voila, voila. It's a Paudin that had really good reviews about how sharp it is. I don't have my light on, so if it's a little bit dark, I'm sorry, I'll get it on. So I ordered it, and when it came in the box, I've already thrown the box away because I have high hopes. When I saw the box, I was like, oh, I have ordered this brand before several years ago, and I didn't like the knife. It came dull. And so I was unwrapping it, and through the plastic, it sliced me. So it's sharp. And so I'm bleeding. I'm going to put a Band-Aid on there because we are going to be doing some cooking. Let me get that done. I've got 3 things that I want to do. For today's video, and I hope that I can get through all of them. Let me get this Band-Aid on. Well, it's stuck. Hang on. Okay. Got it on. It's green, but it's garden green, so we'll go with that. Okay. I'm showing my arms today. If you've been with me for any time, I don't like to show my arms, my big fat arms. But I am going to start exuding some self-confidence. So I had this on today and I didn't want to change. So y'all get to see them. Okay. When we came back from vacation, I'm going to give you this story. No, what I'm going to do first is, my head's jumbling. We're going to make cowboy candy first. That it's all over the internet. My first time making it was last year, and it was so good. So we are going to do it again. I've got jalapenos that I got from the garden, and I have 2 bags of jalapenos that I got from the garden and just sliced up and put in the freezer. It's better if you use fresh jalapenos with this, but I have these and I have no other use for them, so we're going to do that. And I've already washed these, and of course the ones that I put in the freezer is washed. So what I'm going to sit here and do is I'm going to try out this new knife, and I'm just going to slice up these jalapenos. I don't have any nitrile gloves, so I'm going to try to be careful and then wash my hands really good, because I have gotten a pepper burn from cutting up hot peppers before, and it ain't funny. Let me just tell you, it's not funny. I've got some bacon in the oven that's almost done. So I'm just going to slice these up in rings. Ooh, that baby's sharp. Last year when I did them, I took out most of the ribs and the seeds because we're not really big hot stuff. Oh, and by the way, I'm so sorry if you're new to my channel. This is Kathy's Country Life, and my name is Kathy, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm just talking to y'all like your old friends, and I forget there might be somebody new that's coming. So welcome if you're new, and hey y'all, thanks for being back if you're a returning viewer. So I'm just slicing these about that thick. Okay, back to my story. When we got back from vacation, we had boarded my dog, Cash, who is my inside standard poodle. You've probably seen him on some of the videos. I'll pop up a picture here so you can see him. And I have a lady that has a grooming service in town, and that's who I use for him to be groomed. And she also does boarding, where she actually, when she's boarding an animal, she takes them home with her at night and brings them back to the shop. And I think Cash really enjoys it because he has so many dogs to play with. They're just running around inside her grooming shop, and a lot of poodles, a lot of doodles, that kind of stuff. And I think he just has, it wears him out, because when I go pick him up from being groomed, he is comatose all night long. So anyway, she's the one who boards for me. So we had got back late Wednesday night. Our flight came in. We didn't get home till about 9:30. So of course, her shop was closed, and she lives probably about 45-50 minutes away. So I mean, I wasn't gonna go to her house that late at night to get him. So I waited till Thursday morning, and I went and got him, and he was extremely thirsty when he got home. And I'm gonna preface this by saying this has nothing to do with my groomer who boarded her. There's no blame at all on that, but he was extremely thirsty. Okay, he's thirsty. He drank and drank and drank and drank. Well, he just really didn't act like himself, and I just thought, well, he's been away from us, you know, for 6 days, and I know he's worn out because he sleeps all day here, and he ain't able to sleep all day up there at the shop, and so he's worn out. He slept a lot and all that. Well, when I would take him outside to use the bathroom, he was eating grass. I mean, just going to the tall grass on the edge of the yard, gobbling up grass, and then throwing the hunk grass right up. I've always heard that, you know, if they got an upset stomach, they eat grass. Don't know if that's true or not. That's what I always heard. So I'm like, well, bless his heart. And so I had boiled him some chicken. Just, you know, plant no season, just some chicken breast, I think it was, and cut it for him. He wouldn't eat it. Wouldn't eat it at all. So this was Thursday. Friday, he wouldn't eat nothing, which is so unusual. I mean, I even was dishing up, you know, the chicken and some canned food that he loves. Wouldn't have nothing to do with it. So I would take him out to use the bathroom, and he would hunch over like he's got a poop, but nothing would come out, and he kept doing that. And so I was like, well, he's not eating, so he doesn't have anything to poop out, so maybe that's it. Saturday, he was doing it worse and worse, so I thought that he was constipated. So we have a good friend of the family's who is a retired veterinarian. He's a small animal and a farm animal veterinarian. He still practices some, you know, for people he knows. You can take him to his house, and, you know, he can treat them. If it's not anything serious, he doesn't have, you know, x-ray machines and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, he's pretty good. So we called him Saturday. He had to go. Hang on, it's not quite ready. Anyway, he had a wedding reception he had to go to. He was going to call us when he got back. So I started Googling, because I'm a Google doctor, and about what to do about constipation. And so one of the things was exercise and put either olive oil in their food or their water. So we went outside, we threw the ball and threw the ball. He exercised. I put olive oil in his water. He was so thirsty. I mean, just those 2 days, he just could not get enough water. And he was TTing. So we take him to our vet friend. He does like a stool thing where he sticks that thing up his butt to get a sample and pull out. Nothing came out. There was no doo-doo up in his hiney. So, I was making sure that was still jalapenos I was cutting. And so he, you know, pressed all on his abdomen. He was like, there's nothing in his bowels. He's clean. And I was like, well, that is weird. And so anyway, he does an exam. He's mashing and he says, I feel something hard. He said, it's about the size of the end of my thumb. That's hard. He says, of course, I don't have an x-ray machine. You know, it feels like it could be in his bladder. Maybe it's a bladder stone. He says, you need to take him, our vet that we use, take him to the vet, our regular vet, and get it x-rayed. So I was like, okay. So my plan was, this was Saturday evening, my plan was Monday morning when I go to work, my vet is just a couple of miles from my work. I'll take him, explain what's going on, drop him off, let him run the test, get an x-ray, you know, find out what's wrong with him. Saturday night, he threw up all night. Just a brown liquid. Just, oof. It didn't really smell, but it was gross looking. Of course, we didn't find that until we woke up Sunday morning, and there were stains all over my bedroom rug. And so we sat there, we petted on him, we tried to get him to eat something. He wouldn't eat. He was miserable. He was miserable, and it broke our hearts. Now, Cash is we love animals. I mean, especially me. I get too attached to them. I just have a soft spot for animals, and I love them. And I love Cash with all my heart. And so it broke both of our hearts seeing him so miserable. And so we don't have any emergency vets in our area at all. We had a dog many years ago that got real sick on the weekend. No, we went to the vet and they advised us to take him to Auburn University Vet Hospital emergency room. It is state of the art. It's the best vet hospital in the Southeast. People go from all over the Southeast just, you know, to take their animals to this vet hospital. And so we have had to use him in the past. We had a black lab. He got deathly ill. Took him there. Anyway, they fixed him for a while. He died about a year later. He had Addison's disease. Anyway, and we also know how expensive they are. So, we made the decision to take him. Maybe it's something easy, a bladder stone, they can medicate him, whatever. So, we get to the hospital there, the emergency room. They have an emergency room and then they have a hospital. We go into the emergency room. We get there about 10 to 11. They take him back. We was in that waiting room for 9 hours. They did come out a couple of times to update us, but we sat there for 9 hours. Let me tell you, we made some friends in that waiting room. We got to find out about all these animals coming in, what was wrong with them, and what the doctor says, and it was such a long day. But he did not have a bladder stone. He had a foreign object in his intestines. They said that it was gaseous, that it could be a squeaker toy. The little squeaker that comes out of those soft plush toys for animals. And we don't have those Cash will obliterate a little soft toy that has a squeaker in it. So he hadn't had one of those since he was a puppy. But we don't know what it is. So that night they came out and said, we're talking with the surgical team. We may do surgery on him tonight or first thing in the morning. Let me just fast forward this. I'm still chopping jalapenos. They did not do surgery Sunday night. They kept him Monday and kept doing x-rays on him to see if the object would move down in the right direction, if you know what I mean. By Monday night it hadn't. They scheduled him for surgery Tuesday morning. Went in Tuesday morning. It was a squeaker toy. And I'm not passing blame on my sweet groomer and boarder. You know, you don't watch dogs 24, you know, she didn't force that down his throat. She had no idea, I'm sure, that he got a hold of the squeaker and swallowed it. But anyway, I was able to go pick him up Wednesday. He's just so pitiful. He is cut all the way down, well, not his chest, but under his ribs all the way down. He had extreme diarrhea after the surgery, I guess because it unclogged him, and his butt looks like a baboon's butt. It's red, it's angry, and he's just pitiful. So, I've had that going on, and have I cooked? No. When my stress level gets high, my anxiety, I'm comatose. My fatigue kicks in, and I'm worthless. And so I have been worthless. But I think he feels a little bit better today, and we're just gonna cross our fingers he gets over this. I know he hurts. I know he's so sore from that incision. And plus, we are having to keep him on a little bit of sedation medicine so he doesn't go crazy, which I don't think his energy level would let him go crazy. We don't want him messing. He's supposed to wear one of them big cones on him for 2 weeks. But they said you can take it off if he's supervised. So while I'm home, he is not in it. And I can watch him if he starts messing with his stitches and stop him. Okay. Got those cut up. Now then, I'm going to add some of these Born to be Mild peppers that I'm growing. They're a mild jalapeno bell pepper hybrid. So I thought I might tame it down just a little bit. And I've got a bunch of these in the freezer, so I thought I would go ahead and do these too. And I may add some of the ones I got in the freezer. Okay, Cowboy Candy is a candied jalapeno. What I have read about it is, well, I mean, I haven't read a lot about it, but I just saw that it was invented in 1922. A lady on a ranch had an abundance of jalapeno peppers. She decided to make them up like her bread and butter pickle recipe, and it took off from there. This is very good on hamburgers, on like your peas, your greens as a relish, a hot dog relish, as put on your nachos. It's just very, very good. Okay, I think I need 4 pounds of jalapeno peppers. Okay, zero it out. I'll bring you down so you can have to look at my face anymore. Ooh, dirty. Sorry, I'm not as prepared as I thought I would be. And I'm just going to put these frozen ones in. I'm at 1.7 pounds. Put some more of these. Going too long. Alright, I'm going to make it 2 pounds. We'll do a half the recipe. I'm going to clean this up and wash my hands real good. Okay, we are ready to make the brine. What we need is 2 cups of apple cider vinegar, and I'm putting it in a heavy bottom pot. And then we need, oh gosh, 6 cups of sugar. Goodness gracious alive. And then we need some garlic powder. I think that'll make it a little bit good. I'm gonna say probably good teaspoon and a half, and that's all. I'm gonna take it over to the stove and we're gonna bring it to a boil. Okay, I'm gonna put this on medium-high heat. Get it stirred up. If you see all this bacon right here, I need this for a recipe, but I went ahead and just, it was one of them big huge packs, and I went ahead and just cooked it all, and I'll stick it in the freezer. Now, the recipe I use also calls for celery seed. I don't put that in there. It also calls for turmeric. I don't like the taste of turmeric, so I don't put that in there either. But I will list the full recipe down below, and if you want to add those, you are more than welcome to. So, this is going to take a while to get going and get that sugar all melted. So I will bring you back when we are ready to go on to the next step. Okay, it has come to a full rolling boil. I've turned the eye down to simmer, and we're just going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes. I lied to y'all about not doing anything this week. I have been experimenting with bread. When we were in Arizona, we ate at this little cafe, and we just had 2 big salads, and they make homemade honey oat bread, and they bring you out a big old thick slice of it with your salads, and it was so good. So I wanted to recreate it, so I have been experimenting, and I think I just about nailed it. So here is a loaf that I made the other day, and it's really still really soft, and this has probably been about 3 days ago. But I'm going to try my hand at it with doing rolls with it. Same recipe, just adapting it to rolls. So I'm going to bring you along and show you how I do it. And I'm really proud of this. Okay, I want to get these ingredients in real quick before our jalapeno stuff. I've got 1 cup of warm water and 1/3 cup of honey. This is crystallized. I put it in the microwave just a little bit. And I'm going to have to scrape some out. Okay, that's about 1/3 cup of honey. And just a little bit in there. Okay, and then we're going to do our yeast. It's about 3/4 of a tablespoon of yeast. So just not quite a whole tablespoon of yeast. Okay, so we're going to, I use Active Dry Yeast. So in the bread machine, I'm not baking it in the bread machine. I'm just letting it do my kneading and my rise. But I'm going to let it sit here and get our yeast all proofed. Okay, so while my yeast is proofing, my sugar mixture for the jalapenos has boiled, came to a rolling boil. I turned it down to simmer. I let it simmer for 5 minutes to make sure all those sugars and stuff is melted. Now I've turned it back up on high. I want to get a full rolling boil, and then I'm going to add the jalapenos in and let them go for about 5 minutes, and then we'll be ready to can up. So hang on. Okay, back to the bread. My yeast is all proof. It's bubbly. So we're going to add 3 cups. I'm using all-purpose flour. You can use bread flour. Then I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of just a neutral oil, cooking oil. And then about 3/4 of a cup of oats. I'm just using old-fashioned oats. Okay, I'm going to do a cup. Okay, I'm doing a cup. And then a good pinch of salt. I'm using my bread maker. If you've been with me for a while, you know that's how I like to mix my dough, knead it, and let it rise. And then I take it out and let it do a second rise outside of the machine, shape it into whatever form I want, let it do a second rise, and then pop it in the oven. So I'm going to go to the dough cycle, which keeps it from cooking, which is cycle 8 on mine. I have a Hamilton Beach, and we're just going to let that get started. It's going to do this for about 1.5 hours. Okay, we're ready to rumble. First thing we need to do is slotted spoon. You're just going to get the jalapenos. I'm using just little 1/2 pints, some smaller. I don't know how many I'm going to need. And you can tell the difference me show you. You see that bright green one? That's a fresh one. And the darker green one is frozen ones. So it really taste-wise, it doesn't matter. It's just how it looks. I got 5 half pints and like a little quarter pint. I'm going to take this liquid and put it back on the stove. We're going to boil it for about 5 minutes to reduce it further. Okay, so didn't have to use these. Wasn't sure how much. But once that reduces, we will fill up the jars and cap them, lid them, and put them in a water bath for about 10 minutes. For really half pints is 10 minutes, pints about 15, 18 minutes. So we'll just do ours for 10 minutes. The bread's going, if you can hear it, it's mixing all up. After they've sat here for a minute, I can really pack these down more. Yeah. Yep. I think I can combine. Well, it's not going to make any at all. You want about a half. Oops. Oh man, guys, it boiled over. I've got burnt sugar everywhere. Freaking frack. Oh, freaking frack. I let this boil over. It got all over my stove. It burnt. Sugar mess all over my stove. Fire alarm went off. Got the back door open. Got the exhaust fan going. But we're moving on. So, I'm going to take this liquid. Fill it up. I've got my water bath canner on the stove, getting hot. I've just got some plain white distilled vinegar, and we are going to wipe these rims really good. Real life, people. Get to see all my blunders. Now then, I do have a lot of juice left, and I will can that up. Sticky. Okay, so I've got 2 more little jelly jars that I'm just going to fill up with the liquid. And what am I going to use this for? I'm trying to think. I did this last year. What did I use it for? Oh, I marinated some chicken in it, and it was really good. Probably good to marinate some pork in it too. Okay, these are going to go in the water bath canner for 10 minutes. I'm going to bring it, make sure it's at a full rolling boil, and then start my timer for 10 minutes. Hot. Okay, it's getting hot here. Hot in here. Alright, crosses averted. Those are in. I've started the timer. We're good. Cowboy Candy is going to be good. Okay, so for my third and final recipe is, I have been craving. Okay, let me back up. Chris asked me the other night to make a broccoli salad, and I didn't have any broccoli, and I didn't fix nothing this week. So, and I was craving something, a cold salad, but I like lettuce salads. Y'all have seen me make them. I eat them, but I get easily burned out on them. I can only have them every so often. You know, maybe once a month. And I'd rather eat just a small salad and then a protein. But I have been craving a cold, hearty salad. And so, I scoured Pinterest yesterday and I found this. And it's creamy broccoli, cauliflower, corn, bacon salad. Tell me that don't sound good. It sounds delicious. So I thought, well, he'll get his broccoli salad and the corn and bacon right up my alley. So we're going to make this. So let's see, we need 3 cups of broccoli florets. I bought the heads, we'll just have to cut them up. 3 cups of cauliflower florets, we'll have to cut that up. We need carrots, we need corn, we need red onion. I got a red onion. 10 slices of bacon, cup of Sharp Cheddar Cheese, and then we'll make up a dressing. And so here we go. Okay, knife number 2 of my Amazon haul. I just washed it. We're going to test this one out. I'm not going to link any of these down in my description box because, yeah, they may work like a dream now, but if they don't last very long, I'm not going to recommend them. But if you want to, no, you can just let me know in the description box and I'll send you the link to it. These are called Ultra Chef. These are really cheap too. I got a 3 set. This, a paring knife, and a smaller paring knife. And they weren't much at all, especially for the prime date. I'm just cutting these up in florets. I'm going to throw them in this strainer basket. Because I didn't wash the head beforehand, I will give these a rinse after. My kitchen is a disaster. I've got, I don't know if y'all saw, over here is a bunch of tomatoes that I got from the garden this morning. And they are getting bug pressure on them. You see those little holes? So I am pulling them when they're just blushing, if I catch them, and letting them ripen in here before bugs had already got that one. But before the bugs tear into them. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting I'm just getting tomatoes when they blush. I'm letting them ripen inside, which doesn't take but just a couple of days, and then I'm throwing them in the freezer whole. Well, like this one that's got a little bit of bug damage on it, when it ripens up, I will shave that off with a knife, and then I just put them in gallon freezer bags, and I stick them in the freezer because I don't have time to deal with them right now. And so when I get ready to can up, all you gotta do is get them out of the freezer, let them defrost, and the skins just peel right off of them. So that's what I'm doing. When I get tomatoes in, when they're ripe, I load them up in gallon bags, freezer bags, stick them in my freezer. We're not having, meat just don't sound good to me. Okay, what did I need? I needed 3 cups. 1, almost there. I'm probably going to do all 3 heads of these. Because this is a hearty salad, it's not something that's going to wilt on you in the refrigerator. It'll hold longer in the refrigerator. I'm just kind of cutting these up into like smaller pieces. Okay, so I'm going to finish cutting these up. I'm going to cut up the cauliflower, and then I'm going to give them a wash, and then we will continue on. Got about 57 more minutes left on the bread. Now then, I was kind of, you know, with the jalapenos going and doing the bread, you know, and stuff boiling, and when you saw the disaster that I made. This recipe, I'll link it down below. Now then, you don't have to have a bread maker to do this. And I just love my bread machine because it mixes all the ingredients, and then it kneads the dough, and then it lets it rise. And I just love that. It's kind of like a hands-free. But if you do not have a bread maker, and if you ever find one at a thrift store, which you can get them pretty cheap, grab you one if you like to make bread. Yeah. You'll love it for that purpose. But if you don't have a bread maker, it's okay. You make this like I did before I had a bread maker. You do it. You can do it in your stand mixer with your hook attachment, your dough hook attachment. You just have to, you know, mix it and let it knead for probably about 5 minutes, and then you'll take it out and hand knead it some more, let it come to the first rise in a bowl, take it out, shape it in a loaf or rolls or however you want it shaped, and if you're doing a loaf, you put it in your loaf pan, you cover it and let it rise again until it's about double. It could take an hour. And you'll see how I'm going to do the rolls. And if you want to go the old-fashioned hand knead and hand mix it, you can do that. It's a lot of kneading. And I just don't. I enjoy kneading some, but I don't enjoy hand kneading bread. I've done it, but I like modern day conveniences. If I didn't have modern day conveniences, if our electricity was out, oh, Kathy Lou would be hand kneading the bread. But of course I wouldn't be able to bake it because the electricity would be out. So it just didn't even make sense, did it? Okay, I'm going to cut up the cauliflower and I'll be back. Cowboy Candy is ready. Oh, that's just the liquid. I was like, hey, wait a minute, where's the jalapenos? I guess I can turn off this exhaust now since it's kind of loud, sorry. you know what we gotta do? We gotta do our zucchini bread taste test from our can. Oh yeah, we gotta do that. I haven't tasted it, and it's probably been a month now. I was gonna do it at 2 weeks, but something happened. Okay, so got those out. Okay, finished getting those chopped up, and I rinsed them off, and they're sitting here draining. Now it calls for 1 red onion, no, a half a cup of red onion. These are my little red onions I got from my garden. They didn't get very big, but that's okay because we can use them. I'm gonna have to rinse these off because they're dirty. Okay, just finishing up chopping. I washed them. Just giving them a rough chop. I'm not impressed with this knife. The other one was a lot sharper. Of course, I took care of them better. So, we've got our cauliflower, our broccoli, our red onions. And it says about 10 pieces of bacon. Chopped up. That one's kind of icky patty. Yeah, I'm not very impressed with this knife. It's okay, but ain't what I was looking for. Okay, I think that's enough. I didn't even count the slices. Okay, and then it calls for 15 ounces of sweet corn. I just got this mixed corn because it's got peppers and stuff in it, and it's pretty crisp. Let me get a spoon, mix that up. Alright, you need about 1/4 cup of honey. You need about 1/2 cup of mayo. And 1/2 cup of sour cream or Greek yogurt. I have sour cream. Then, get this, gosh, dog, I have just got a mess. Alright, we're going to need about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Alright, now we will get this a taste test. I'm going to add some pepper. Salt. Ooh, big lunk. We're almost there. I'm going to squeeze some more of this lemon juice in. sweetness is perfect. Add a little bit more salt. I'm still getting that pungent mayonnaise taste through it. Oh yeah. Oh yes. That is yummy. Yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy for your tummy. Okay, before we dress this, I've got rags everywhere. This has been such a messy cooking day, and I don't understand. I've done messier cooking stuff, I thought. Okay. Let me wipe this off. We're going to taste test this zucchini bread. I almost forgot again. Okay. Remember when we made it in the jar? Well. We are going to open it. Let me get I'm going to bring it down here. We're going to see how easy it is to get it out of the jar. I got it butter enough to run around it. Uh-oh, it started coming. Let's get it loosened up a little bit more at the bottom. Voila! Oh, it's moist. And look at there. You can just slice it up in zucchini bread biscuits. Huh. Okay. It still feels very moist. How about that? Mm-hmm. Perfect. I can't believe that. Well, I guess I can't believe it. Tons of people do it. Now, when I made this video, later on, somebody commented, it was telling me that canning jars are not meant to go in the oven in a dry heat. They're supposed to be in a wet heat. Makes sense. And that it can cause cracking, you know, the jars exploding when you go to pressure can. So I am going to keep this out, and I'm going to wash it, and I'm somehow going to mark this for me to pressure can in it and see. I'm not saying she's wrong, I'm not saying she's right, but the only way I know to prove it is to do it myself. Alright, let's dress this. Let's dress it. Like I said, of course there's no leafy greens in here or anything, so it should stand up pretty good in the refrigerator. Alright, I'm going to get this mixed up. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator while we're waiting on the dough for the rolls. Sorry. Oh, and I cheated on the cheese. I didn't grate up any cheese. I had some in the bag. That's okay. Alright, we're going to do the rolls. The bread machine just turned off. It's risen really pretty. I'm going to bring you down. And I'm going to spray the mat with a little bit of avocado oil. And I'm going to spray my hands. saw a big clunk in here. Not their little hard pieces, so I'm going to get those out. Just going to do a little bit of a knead. Okay. Then I'm going to try to just pinch off even amounts. Because of the oatmeal in it, it does feel, you know, kind of grainy, but it's fine. Okay, that cut off at a weird place. My battery died. So I just eyeballed to see if they were going to be even. We're just going to roll them into and I've got a casserole dish. Roll them into balls. I got a casserole dish and we'll give it a quick spray. And we're going to set them in there. Okay, got them all rolled out. Got 11 instead of 12. I guess I could have made them a little bit smaller and gotten a dozen, but it's okay. So I'm going to cover them with a clean towel. I'm going to stick them in the oven. I've got a proof setting on my oven. If you don't, just put it in the oven with the light on or just somewhere warm and draft free. I think my bread took 45 minutes to rise at this point, so I'm going to just keep an eye on them and see, and when they puff up, just double in size, then I'm going to do an egg wash on them and sprinkle a little bit more oats on the top just so, you know, makes it fancy, and we'll cook it on 350 until they're done, but I'll bring you back before we put it in the oven for the cook time. Okay, the rolls have risen. It was about 40 minutes. And what I'm going to do is, got an egg and a little water. I'm going to brush an egg wash over them. This helps brown them up and also lets our oats stick to the top, because we're going to be fancy. I have a little bit left in my container. To refill it. Then we're just going to sprinkle just a few on the top. Okay. I'm going to, the oven preheats, and I'll stick these in here. I don't know how long they're going to cook in the roll form, so I'll keep an eye on it and I'll let you know when I come back. They look delicious. Delicious. Just got them out of the oven. They are hot. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let them cool for just a minute, then I'm gonna fix me a plate with a salad and a roll. I'll be back. Okay. While they're still pretty warm, I'm gonna slather some butter. Close it up and let that butter just melt in there. They're very soft. Get this little end piece. My new favorite bread recipe. Salad, bread for dinner. Let's go ahead and taste the salad. Winter, winter, salad dinner. Thanks guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. I love y'all hanging out with me while I do my thing, and I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I will see y'all next time.